Hi friends, family, people of interest, people that are curious about what I'm going to say next in my next video. Let's get right to it. Porsche GTS intake manifold along with the corresponding side covers to the manifold and the cam covers, which I'm going to open up for you on camera right now. What is in a powder coat primer. These belong to some customer, not quite sure where, but the shop is Precision Motorsports. I think that's it. Precision Motor Works, that's the name. In Los Angeles, California, the world-renowned in the 928 community and the Porsche 911 community, Mr. Greg Brown. These are one of his customers' product, and I was hired to media blast these, plastic media blast these, which they have been done. The intake manifold needs a little bit more attention, and that attention is rendered by these long probing tools that I get in there and clean out each air plenum on the inside. And I introduce heat to the various outside points on the intake manifold to release that coating. You can hear it pop when I'm doing the work here. You can hear it start to gristle a little bit, or start to cook, and you can hear it pop, and you can see pieces breaking off on the inside, and that's when it's ripe and ready for my tools to go down inside and get that stuff clean. So what I'm going to show here now is the cam cover in the powder coat gray primer. This powder coat primer, this is the first time I've done this with powder coat primer to fill in the imperfections, because Mr. Greg Brown instructed me there is to be 0 flaws in the surface of these items. Now I would have taken the manifold down and had it also rendered a coating just like this, but this wasn't ready to go at that time. But it will be very shortly, and it will go down there and it will bake, because this right here is made out of magnesium, and the magnesium has to bake for about 3 weeks through repetitive 400-degree cycles to get this stuff to bake out. And I've seen this metal bleed out with my small propane torch, heating up the areas. You can see the metal it's very porous and bleeds out. So even though the surface on this is very, very good, I'm going to consult and consider this video to Mr. Greg Brown. I'm going to ask you to, if you want the manifold itself also in the powder coating. Now we know, Greg knows, and I know, and maybe you folks in the Porsche 928 community know, and I only know this because of my media blasting dozens and dozens and dozens of these cam covers, that the earlier models of the 32 valve Porsche 928 was filled with flaws, filled with irregularities and casting imperfections, which sadly you wouldn't think the Germans would do that, but they are. But the later model Porsche 928 GTS intake manifolds are very, very good. All the flaws and the imperfections on the S4s and even the GTs have been eradicated from the later model castings. And this one is 1992. Okay, this is a 1992 casting. Both of them are. So, in review, you saw me open it up. They don't look bad. They will be sanded down. I'll sand this down very nicely with progressive grits of sandpaper to get it really nice. Even in the spark plug holes, there's some imperfections and some flaws. But according to the missive of Greg Brown, he wants these perfect. And they will be perfect. Absolutely. So these, the cam cover or the side covers for the intake manifold are made of aluminum. The same material that the cam covers are made of. The only reason these are not in primer is because these are perfect. They really are. They don't have any flaws, and they just, you know, they're just good. So all of them, everything here will go to powder coating in a few days as soon as I finish sanding these or start sanding these and finish the last 2 or 3 areas on this intake manifold that need the very, very careful attention to get it clean. And then I'm going to blast this manifold again. Get it all nice and clean, you know, because I've got my handprints all over it, but it will be nice and fresh and clean. It's already been blasted, but it's going to be blasted again. Also, I bought a special nozzle. It's a 3/4 inch nozzle with 3 exiting 60-degree orifices to exit. So those nozzles are expensive, but they're not going to be able to be used very much because they're going to wear out super quickly, very, very fast. What I'm going to do is, and this will be the first one, I'm going to go down inside of each one of them. Now, before my existing apparatus here, the blasting hose, I could go in maybe about 2 or 3 inches and then rely on the blasting stream to tumble through each air plenum and get it clean. Not efficient, not perfect, but it would work. However, now I'm doing it that much better, stepping it up. Every day you have to step it up and be better today than we were yesterday. And I apply that to everything. You know, my time in the military, 21 years in the Army, has given me a very keen sense of paying attention to details. That stuff matters. When I was in the Army, my last 5-6 years, I was building and designing and maintaining databases, which was a very detail-oriented type of job. And I still love doing that kind of stuff, but I just like doing this better. You know, I do. I'm doing hands-on work, you know, blue-collar stuff. I love doing it. I love doing this stuff. So where I'm going with this is that details matter. Having care and concern also matters, because you, a person out there, might hire a blaster for whatever you might need blasted. And 9 times out of 12, you're probably going to get a sandblaster. And they're going to be using very high pressure, a very hard mineral, the sand, high in silica. I never use that, never. And especially never use it on this kind of stuff. Even on these car bodies behind me, I never ever do that. Because car bodies, they don't respond well to being sand blasted. They just don't. So, this is almost 10 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up at 10 minutes. So, folks, if you need it done with aluminum. If you have aluminum, magnesium, soft metals like this, don't send this stuff out to anybody but me. Really, seriously, folks, don't do it. You know, I'm the only one that's really doing this, you know, and it takes a lot of time. I got a lot of time in this manifold that's not being billed. It's just the way it goes, the nature of the beast. The end result, the end state is perfection. So I bill for a set amount of hours on this GTS manifold and a set amount of time for the S4 manifold. Now, it's up to me to do it quicker without cutting corners, without damaging anything, but I love doing these. They will be done right, properly, and perfect. So anyways, that's a lot of video, a lot of talk, but I just wanted to show in close detail the unboxing and the exposure of the cam covers in the powder coat primer. And you can see GB. I annotated these before they went in. I even wrote down the date codes because the part numbers are the same. Okay? But I wrote down the date codes, 92, because I have another set of these that are in powder coating right now, and they are also for a GTS. They belong to a customer named Mike, but his were 90 and 91, I believe, or 91. I think that's what it was, but I have it written down. But these are Greg's, and so we're going to get them right. We're going to have them perfect, and everything's going to be good to go. Cheers, everybody. Be good. Thank you very much for spending 11 minutes and 58 seconds. Hit the like button, subscribe. It really does. It pushes these videos out, and I'm not putting out garbage. I feel that the things I say and put out on my videos really mean something in my lane. That's what I at least try to do. Folks, take care. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.